When you have guys like they do nowadays on a contract, you're guaranteed 3, 4, 500,000, a million, a million point two. You got a guarantee that you're basically going. If you show up, you're going to make this money. Well, our guarantee was if there's people in the house and the gate receipts tonight, you'll get paid. So there was a struggle, and there is a big discrepancy even today between the guys on the top of the card from what they make and the guys on the bottom of the card in the WWF. It's probably the biggest discrepancy. And I probably, if you ask Superstar Graham or some of the guys, Bruno and some of the guys from years ago, they would probably say the same thing. If you're on the top of the card working against Hogan in Madison Square Garden, you're going to make $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 payoff that night. If you're on the first match in Madison Square Garden, even though Hogan's on top and it's sold out, it's a main event, you're going to make $300.
Right.
Down here at $300 or up here at $7,000, $8,000 a night. So there's a difference between $300 and $8,000. So, you know, it doesn't take Einstein to figure this out. It doesn't take the genius Lanny Poffo to figure this out. Where do you want to be? Down here at $300 or up here at $7,000, $8,000 a night. And that's the difference. But getting back to the point, later on when I was down in the card then, and I was not the WWF Intercontinental Champion anymore, and I worked the middle of the card match, and I worked against Brett at a Madison Square Garden show, I made $600, as opposed to a month before that making $6,000. So
Crazy.
Now you see there's a greed and an envy and a backstabbing. You know, I didn't go to the WWF to fly around the country 300 days a year and be away from my young son and my young wife and not make money. I had been 12 years in the business, struggling, driving up and down the highways, you know, looking at the world through a windshield, making $40, $50, $60 a good night, $100 payoff. I didn't go to the WWF so that I could be support for Roddy Piper so he can make $500,000 a year and go out and pursue movies. I went there to knock his ass out of the saddle if I could. I wanted that main event spot, and I knew if I got a shot and I got a chance, I'd take it and I'd run with it.